the party food is about trying to have a party without your freaking dog ruining it. Thanks, Lucy.
It was your fault.
Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bowers? Hi there, YouTube. We're back again for another Thoughts in the Corner with my good friends Ronnie and Lucy.
Hey.
And we're talking about Phil Walker Harding's new company's game. He's got 3 of them out from Joey Games. Pass the Party Food, a cooperative game about classic Australian party food. This is for ages 7+. It's for 2 to 4 players. Take about 30 minutes to play. And this is a completely cooperative game where there's going to be a dog. You're going to have a little dog meeple in here, and you're going to have a board that you're going to assemble. Now, everyone is going to have their little meeple on this board right here. And what you're trying to do is climb all the way to the party before the dog gets there. Now, a little nice little wooden meeple. So how this is going to work is, and it's all right here, first thing you're going to do is you're going to draw a tile out of this bag right here that goes onto your dog board. Bloop. And if it happens to complete this thing right here, so if this row full or this row full, that's how many spaces the dog is going to move. You take these pieces off, and then you draw 3. So everyone's going to have a board like this, or if you're playing with different player counts, you have this one right here.
Player, yeah.
And how it works is you're going to take one of these tiles out of the bag, and then you decide, do I want to give it to myself? Do I want to give it to the person on my left? Or to the person on my right? And then you put it there. That is now committed there. You draw another tile. You say, oh, this one I'm going to keep for myself. And whatever this one is obviously going to go right here. And then these go to those people. Now, once you put it on your board, if you have happened to complete either the row or the column, then you get to move your little meeple on this track right here. And if you get into Dad's Lucky Dip Chew, then you can draw an extra little bag right here. There's also a couple special abilities you have. I think it's 2 swaps and 1 take. Take is really good because it allows you to take food, rip it out of your dog's mouth so they don't ruin your stupid party. And swap allows you to swap food with someone else, which, strategic, cooperative gameplay type stuff. And pretty much you're just trying to race all the way to the top before your dog gets there. Or if your dog ever catches up to you at the end of your turn, then you immediately lose the game. It's really light, simple, family weight, cooperative game. But what did we think about it? Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
What do you think, Ronnie?
This one, I think this one's a bit of a pass for me. What did I not like?
Did you like how Forrest?
There's just so many little things I really didn't like. I kind of really don't like the graphics, the artwork.
The artwork. Okay. Gameplay. Anything you didn't like about it? And here's the first thing I want to mention. This is ages 7+. So we definitely not the target market. But I always like to see if family games can transcend into being a game.
I feel like it's a combination of it's not complicated enough, and it's too complicated. Like it's not too simple, and it's not too complicated. Like it's in a weird middle ground for me that I just don't like.
Okay.
Like I think either should be more complicated or less complicated, not where it is.
So maybe like some modules, some special tiles you'd mix in there if it were for like more gamery style thing?
It's really hard for me to put like a big finger on like this is what I really don't like. But it just feels like this is a bit of a pass for me.
What do you think, Lucy?
This one, it's a nice game. I say it definitely is a little bit more complicated than it's in the middle between the 3 games that he launched with. It's a little more complicated than Scribbly Gum, but less complicated than Busy Beaks. But yeah, no, it's a nice middle ground. I didn't mind it. Which
I will say makes sense because there are 3 games. One's ages 6+, one's ages 7+, and one's ages 8+, and this is the one that's ages 7+. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, the iconography is at least nice. Like, you can tell right here, like the swap ones. We have green boards. You swap with green. Take one has a silver piecing on it to mark that you go for the puppy dog's board. It's a nice game. The story is cute.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, nice little iconography. It's not my favorite, but it's one I can definitely see playing with my family.
Okay, and that's the big question.
I guess if it has a little bit of a smaller player count. I guess for my family it's a little bit bigger, but only having it 2 to 4 and having it be this simple is a little tough.
So yeah, I think this one, once again, it's the same thing we said about Scribbly Gum. I think as a family game, I have not played this with my 7 and 10-year-old yet. I think they're really going to dig it. But I don't see games of this from game to game to game to game being that different. And I really think a couple extra tiles, modules, something else could have been used to spice this game up. Because, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, Ronnie. Like, with Scribbly Gum, the other one, I know what this game is, I accept what this game is, and it's like, okay, it's cool. I can play it over and over again. I get it. This one, I just don't feel like I'm going to come to it as often with my family. That being said, I do think my family will enjoy it. I think one thing that I think would have really given this legs is a solo module, especially looking at it from a family/children's game perspective. I could see my kids playing this by themselves, and I think that would have been nice.
You can probably do a solo, because all you need, the dog is item by itself, but so it might not be balanced for that.
But yeah, I think it's good. I don't think it's great, and as a game night game, no. I don't think I'd want to play it again. That being said, I didn't hate it. As a family game, it's really going to be based on what my 7 and my 10-year-olds say. If they're not the biggest fan of it, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of other cooperative games I like better. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the more you say it, like, I just wish it would commit a little more one way or the other.
Yeah, there was no, like, itch this one scratched for me. Whereas the other ones we played tonight by the same company that we're all reviewing in the same day.
I think we had the funnest game of this that we will ever have if we played this another 10 times.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah, because it was so tense at the end, and it was nice. It was like, had that next sentence like the dog, like, oh, if the dog meets or beats you, you're dead.
You know, you're swinging me a little bit more towards the game, because I do think a lot of these games are going to come down to a stand-up, pull, which is great for family games. Like, that's something kids absolutely love, and most gamers love. Just as a game, so we agree, game night, probably a pass for most people. Even if you're going gateway games, I think there's much better gateway games out there. More player counts, more interesting choices, more to do. Family game, I'm going good. Where would you put this on the family game?
Family game, I think it's definitely not a game that you bring out often, but when you do, it's a nice little game. Definitely with a smaller player count. Is nice
below good? I feel like nice is below good for Lucy. I've read enough with Lucy. So nice is below good. Okay. Where are you at?
This game's just a pass for me.
Okay, so below nice.
Yeah, I just...
to my scale.
And then the question I always liked at the end. If I were going to hand this to you, would it warrant a spot on your collection?
God, it could. I'm doing more family night, so I have to think about games differently, and it's weird.
So maybe
a
half-hearted maybe from Lucy.
I would borrow it from you.
No, for me personally, once again, it comes down to my kids, and I don't... Yeah. I think this is one where I personally think they're going to really enjoy it the first time. They're going to play it a couple more times, and it's going to be samey, and they're going to be out. Just because there's not anything else different.
Chew on.
And maybe it's double-sided knees, but it's something. But I kind of agree with Ronnie on this. I think it doesn't hit the mark as hard as you'd like it to.
It doesn't say it's welcome.
It doesn't. Pass the party food. It's okay. Yeah. Pass. There we go. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so here's the question: do you think anyone's going to find this great? Like I can't see anyone. I'm like, damn it, that's a great game.
Maybe someone who's never played a cooperative game before.
I do think.
I
will say
we can work together.
A better introduction to that, to like a cooperative game of just like facing, because a lot of people don't know that you can play against the game itself.
Yeah, because there's really not a whole lot of cooperative games, so if you don't have one, maybe this would be good for you.
Because I think this would be a better introduction to people who don't have this type of games than Pandemic. For example, Pandemic's a little bit too complicated.
Oh yeah, this is way less complex.
So something I do want to say that I just realized really does bug me is the theme of the game. It doesn't make any... Not only...
Well, it's because you haven't been to an Australian party. You're just not the target market.
Oh man, I'm eating 4 snakes. So now I move up 2 spaces.
If you have,
oh no, the dog ate some pizza.
If you have fairy toast, is it fairy toast?
It's fairy toast.
Fairy toast brings the snakes to the yard. All right, so we're all like, it's okay, good to not good. So I feel like the range we're at is like a 5 to 7 between all of us. It's 5, okay.
No, 5 is average, right? Isn't that in the middle?
Either
way, past the party food's probably not going to be. There you go.
Great ending.
It's serviceable. You're not going to hate it unless you're Ronnie.
Yeah,
you're going to burn it in a fire with the snakes.
There you go. Pass the party food, gonna burn in the fire with the snakes. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on the subscribe
Why
button.
is there snakes?
Because it's Australia, man. Haven't you ever been? Heard
They have
stuff.
spiders, snakes.
Click on the subscribe button if you like
have
stuff.
koalas
And if
that
you don't like
drool.
stuff, then how'd you get here?
Diseases.
It was always an extra time, you two. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.